Hello, 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 friends, and welcome back to Read and Sign with me, Thursdays. And today's book for ages 0 to 4 is 10 Little Rubber Ducks. I'm Aminah, A-M-I-N-A-H, and I'll be reading this book.
And for my book, ages 5 to 8, we have Roadrunner'S Dance, and my name is Kendra, K-E-N-D-R-A.
Okay, friends, my turn. Hello, friends, and today's book for ages 0 to 4 is 10 Little Rubber Ducks by Eric Carle. Let's learn how to sign 10 little rubber ducks. Ready? 10 little rubber ducks. Let's do it together. Ready? 10 little rubber ducks. You think you got it? 10 little rubber ducks. Nice. Okay. 10 Little Rubber Ducks by Eric Carle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chuckity chuckity chuck goes the rubber duck machine. Out pop little yellow rubber ducks, one after the other, one after the other. The little rubber ducks are painted, bills red, eyes blue. Then they're packed, 10 to a box, and off they go to be loaded onto a cargo ship. Hello, calls the captain. The captain and his cargo ship are taking the little rubber ducks across the wide sea to faraway countries, Suddenly, a storm churns the water into big waves. A strong wind whistles across the sea. A big wave lifts up one of the boxes and throws it into the water. The box opens and 10 little rubber ducks fall out. Boop, 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 boop. 10 rubber ducks overboard, shouts the captain. 10 rubber ducks overboard. After some time, the storm calms down, and the 10 little rubber ducks bob in the big wide sea. Can you bob? As far as only one can see, only water and sky, only water and sky. The 10 little rubber ducks begin to drift apart. The first little rubber duck drifts west. A dolphin jumps over it. The second little rubber duck drifts east. A seal barks at it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The third little rubber duck drifts north. A polar bear growls at it. The fourth little rubber duck drifts south. A flamingo stares at it. The fifth little rubber duck drifts to the left. Whoa, a pelican chatters to it. The sixth little rubber duck drifts to the right. A turtle glides past it. The seventh little rubber duck drifts up. An octopus blinks at it. The eighth little rubber duck drifts down. A seagull screeches at it. The ninth little rubber duck drifts this way. A whale sings to it. The 10th little rubber duck drifts that way, bobbing, remember we bobbed before, and floating on the big, wide sea. The sun is setting, it's getting dark. As far as one can see, only water and sky, only water and sky. The next morning, the 10th little rubber duck meets a mother duck and her ducklings. Quack, says the mother duck. Quack, 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 says the ducklings. At the end of the day, the sun sets again. It's getting dark. The mother duck and her ducklings swim toward their nest. The little rubber duck floats along with them. Good night, says the moon. Quack, says mother duck. Quack, 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 says the ducklings. Squeak, says the little rubber duck. The end. All done.
Okay, friends, here we are together, and we're going to do our brain power break. Our brain power break is going to be pinky thumb. It's an oldie but goodie. Yay, we're bringing it back. So, we're going to have one hand hold up a thumb, and with your other hand, hold up a pinky. So we're going to try our best on the count of 3 to switch. So the thumb will go away, pinky will come out. Pinky will go away, thumb will come out. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, and switch. One more time. 1, 2, 3, switch. Okay, how'd you do? Comment below. Did you do it? Did you get it? It's okay, it's all about practice. Hi friends, I'm here with another teacher favorite. And this one is called Roadrunner'S Dance by Rudolfo Anaya. Pictures by David Diaz. Before we get started, we're going to learn how to sign the title. The word roadrunner is a complicated word. We're just going to use the word bird. Bird. And dance. We did dance before when we read Giraffes Can't Dance. So that's an easy word. Flat hand and your dominant hand, 2 fingers, like their legs, dancing in your hand. So let's do that again. Roadrunner, dance. Okay. His snake as he slithered out of his hole by the side of the road. He bared his fangs, frightened the family walking home from the cornfield. The mother threw her basket full of corn in the air. The children froze with fright. "Father," the children called, and the father came running. Snake threatened. "Come away," the father said, and the family took another path home. "I am the king of the road," Snake boasted. "No one may use the road without my permission." That evening, the people of the village gathered together and spoke to the elders. "We are afraid of being bitten by the snake," they protested. "He acts as if the road belongs only to him." The elders agreed that something should be done. And so, the following morning, they went to the sacred mountain where Desert Woman lived. She had created desert animals, so surely she could help. "Please do something about Snake," the elder said. "He makes visiting our neighbors and going to our fields impossible. He frightens the children." Desert Woman thought for a long time. She did not like to interfere in the lives of the people and animals, but she knew that something must be done. "I have a solution," she finally said. Dressed in a flowing gown, she traveled on a summer cloud across the desert where Snake slept under the shade of a rocky ledge. "You will let people know when you are about to strike," Desert Woman said, sternly. And so she placed a rattle on the tip of the snake's tail. "Now you are Rattlesnake. When anyone approaches, you will rattle a warning. This way, you will let them know you're nearby." Convinced she had done the right thing, Desert Woman walked on the rainbow back to her home in the sacred mountain. However, instead of inhibiting Rattlesnake, the rattle only made him more threatening. He coiled around, shaking his tail and baring his fangs. "Look at me," Rattlesnake said to the animals. I rattle and hiss, and my bite is deadly. I am king of the road, and no one may use it without my permission. Now the animals went to Desert Woman to complain. Hoo, hoo, Owl said, greeting Desert Woman with respect. Since you gave Rattlesnake his rattle, he is even more of a bully. He will not let anyone use the road. Please take away his fangs and rattle. What I give, I cannot take away, Desert Woman said. When Rattlesnake comes, hissing and threatening, one of you must make him behave. She looked at all the animals assembled. The animals looked at one another. They looked up, they looked down, but no one looked at Desert Woman. I am too timid to stand up to Rattlesnake, Quail whispered. He would gobble me up, Lizard cried and darted away. We are all afraid of him, Owl admitted. Desert Woman smiled. Perhaps we need a new animal to make Rattlesnake behave, she suggested. Coyote barked. Yes, yes. If you help me together, we can make a guardian of the road, Desert Woman said. I will form the body and each of you will bring a gift for our new friend. She gathered clay from the sacred mountain and went and wet it with the water from the desert spring. Working quickly but with great care, she molded the body. He needs slender legs to run fast, said Deer. He took 2 slender branches from a mesquite branch bush and handed them to Desert Woman. She pushed the sticks into the clay and a long tail to balance himself, said Blue Jay. Caw, caw, like mine, croaked the raven. And he took long black feathers from his tail. He must be strong, cried the mighty eagle, and he plucked dark feathers from his wings. And have a long beak and to peck Rattlesnake, said Heron, offering a long thin reed from the marsh. He needs sharp eyes, said Coyote, offering tiny stones from the riverbed. As Desert Woman added each new gift to the clay body, a strange new bird took shape. What is your gift? Owl asked Desert Woman. I will give him the gift of dance. He will be agile and fast, she answered. I will call him Roadrunner. Then she breathed life into the clay. Roadrunner opened his eyes. He blinked and looked around. What a strange bird, the animal said. Roadrunner took his first steps. He tottered forward, then backward, and forward, and fell flat on his face. The animals sighed and shook their heads. This bird was not agile. He was not fast. He could never stand up to Rattlesnake. He was too awkward. Disappointed, the animals made their way home. Desert Woman helped Roadrunner stand, and she told him what he must do. He will dance around Rattlesnake and peck at his tail. He must learn he is not the king of the road. Me? Can I really do it? Roadrunner asked, balancing himself with his long tail. You need only to practice, Desert Woman said. Roadrunner again tried his legs. He took a few steps forward and bumped into a tall cactus. Practice, he said. He tried again and leaped over a sleeping horned toad. He tried jumping over a desert tortoise but landed right on her back. The surprised turtle lumbered away and Roadrunner crashed to the ground. I'll never get it right, he moaned. Yes, you will, Desert Woman said, again helping him to his feet. You only need to practice. So Roadrunner practiced. He ran back and forth, learning to use his skinny legs, learning to balance with his tall feathers. Practice, he said again. Practice. With time, he was swirling and twirling like a twister. The once awkward bird was now a graceful dancer. I've got it, he cried, zipping down the road, his legs carrying him swiftly across the sand. Thank you, Desert Woman. Use your gift to help others, Desert Woman said, as she returned to her abode on Sacred Mountain. I will, Roadrunner called. He went racing down the road until his sharp eyes spied Rattlesnake hiding under a tall eucalyptus plant. I am king of the road. Rattlesnake hissed and shook his tail fiercely. No one may use the road without my permission. The road is for everyone to use, Roadrunner said sternly. Who are you? I am Roadrunner. Get off my road before I bite you, Rattlesnake glared. I'm not afraid of you, Roadrunner replied. The people and animals heard the ruckus and drew closer to watch. Had they heard correctly? Roadrunner was challenging Rattlesnake? I'll show you I'm king of the road, Rattlesnake shouted, hissing so loud the desert mice trembled with fear. He shook his rattle until it sounded like a thunderstorm. He struck at Roadrunner, but Roadrunner hopped out of the way. Stand still, Rattlesnake cried and lunged again, but Roadrunner danced gracefully out of reach. Rattlesnake coiled for one more attempt. He struck like lightning, but fell flat on his face. Roadrunner had jumped to safety. Now it was Roadrunner's turn. He ruffled his feathers and danced in circles around Rattlesnake. Again and again, he pecked at the bully's tail. Like a whirlwind, he spun around Rattlesnake until the serpent grew dizzy. His eyes grew crossed and his tongue hung limply out of his mouth. You win, Rattlesnake cried. You are not the king of the road, and you must not frighten those who use it, Roadrunner said sternly. I promise, the beaten Rattlesnake said and quietly slumped down into his hole. The people cheered and praised the bird. Now we can visit our neighbors in peace and go out to our cornfields without fear, the elders proclaimed, and the children will no longer be frightened. Thank you, Roadrunner, the children called, waving as they followed their parents to the fields. Then the animals gathered around Roadrunner. Yes, thank you for teaching Rattlesnake a lesson, Owl said. Now you are king of the road. No, now there is no king of the road, replied Roadrunner. Everyone is free to come and go as they please. And the likes of Rattlesnake had better watch out, because I'll make sure the road stays safe. The end. All day.
Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining us again, and we will see you Thursday.